welcome back to Cooking with Legs. Today, chicken teriyaki, and I'm not making my own sauce. I have this one right here from Fusia. I love this. I like this better than my own, to be honest. So I buy this, and it saves me time, like a couple bucks too. I don't know. I mean, by the time that's $1.50. By the time you buy all the stuff to make it, you're gonna spend $4 or $5. Especially if it's not, not everything in that is something I keep on hand anyway, and I don't make this often enough to necessitate keeping that other stuff in here because that's all I'd use it for. So it's a cost benefit analysis by the bottle. Just the way I am with that. But anyway, back to the whole chicken thigh part. Yes, I'm doing chicken thighs for the teriyaki. I prefer thighs over breast for stuff like this, especially the juicy. They're juicier, they're more flavorful. They're a lot, go down a lot better, I guess, with this kind of thing. Take on the flavor better. Thing with the thigh, though, you don't want to use the whole piece like this. We're going to cut it at every joint that's in there, and I'll show you what I'm talking about right now. So, for these two muscles, I'm going to cut the little fatty piece off right there. I don't want that. That little nubbin's not necessary, so that's going to go in the trash pile right there. Where this joint is, we're going to make one cut. There's one piece right there, okay? Where I'm going to cut this little piece of fat off right here too. But the fat is flavor, Bob. Well, the fat's not going to go in this one. And you can tell, if you look at the back, there's another muscle that comes right here. So we're going to go ahead and just trim kind of right there. So we're going to get three little pieces out of the one thigh. We're going to do this for the whole bag. So we have some crushed red pepper, a little bit of white pepper, a little bit of black pepper, a little bit of garlic powder, a little bit of onion powder, a little bit of salt, and just a dash of thyme, and a little bit of sage, and a little bit of oregano. Basically, this is fairly similar with just a little bit of herb essence to it, to what you'd buy if you're looking for like Chinese 5-spice. It's fairly similar. So we're going to take this, just going to dump this all in here, all the little chicken parts around. Make sure they all get some nice. They all get their fair share. We don't want anybody to be greedy and for one piece to get all of it and for the other piece to get none of it. Everyone needs their fair share. Wash my hands real quick. A little bit of cornstarch on there. Again, we're not looking to batter. We're just looking to give it a quick little coating so that there's a little substance there for the sauce to hold on to when we go to fry it. I'm going to put these in the ever so popular Ziploc bag, put them back in the fridge till it's time to cook. Want to do this about 20 to 30 minutes before you cook. All right, the vegetable for this is ridiculously simple. All it is garlic and an onion. That's it. Excuse me, garlic and an onion. Prep is done. All right, with this, we're just going to do a side of white rice. Steam the rice in the rice cooker, add a little bit of rice wine vinegar to it and some sugar, mix it around, give it a little more of a Japanese feel, even though I am using regular jasmine rice. So we're going to go and do that more while we're cooking the chicken. This is quick, this is easy, especially after this point, and that's all the prep you got to do for this. This is a perfect weeknight kind of thing. You can have this whole thing done from start to finish in under 30 minutes. All right, so right now I'm getting the pan nice and hot. I'm going to start the rice, and we're going to get over there and start putting the chicken down. Wanted to mention first that I get asked pretty frequently, and I see it, questions on Facebook and whatnot. What do you do? How do you get your food not to stick when you're frying something? Apparently, there's an issue. It's not the pan's fault. It's not the food's fault. It's not the oil's fault. It's the temperature's fault. You're not getting the pan hot enough. The pan's cool, and every time you add something to that pan, it cools it off. So I'm getting the pan nice and hot right now. I start smoking, but add the oil. And you'll know that it's hot enough because the oil's just sliding around real easy in there. Every time you put something in there, it's going to drop the temperature a bit. So give it a minute. Put a piece in, wait a couple seconds, put a piece in, wait a couple seconds. That'll help keep the oil hot. That's the major component or the major factors to why something will stick. Either the pan's not hot enough, or you drop the temperature to begin with, or you drop the temperature too fast when you add the stuff in. So anyway, while that's going, we do the rice part, or the rice additive, I should say. Now, I love sushi rice, and this is something that they put in the key to sushi rice and how to make it with, kind of sweet. It's sugar, and that's sugar in there, and rice wine vinegar. Um, Mix the two together, and you just want to stir it up until the sugar disappears. And after the rice is done, you're going to pour this in and incorporate it all in there. So what I'm not making sushi rice, I'm making jasmine rice, but I want that component to it, that flavor profile from sushi rice. Sushi rice is very short grain, and jasmine rice is a long grain rice. So this isn't by any stretch of sushi rice, just adding a little something to it, so a hint of flavor for, when you eat, then you get that little reminder that this is Japanese food. So that's all kind of dissolved in there. So let this sit while the rice is cooking. Let's get over to the frying pan. So my pan is starting to smoke. We'll go ahead and add a little bit of oil to it. You see how quickly that stuff moves around in there now? That's how you know it's hot. So just going to let that oil heat up now. Get about even with the temperature of the pan. Just a minute. Get away from you. Away from you. Notice how I'm not throwing them all in at once. I'm giving it a few minutes to come back up. Or a few seconds, I should say. Doesn't take long. It's just if you drop everything in all at once, of course it's going to get cooler. The product is cold. Beautiful chicken. Look at that. Look how pretty that is. Pan's already hot. We drained the excess grease. I'm going to drop the onions and the garlic down there first. I'll put out our old trusty root spoon and just kind of scrape the bottom because there will be some brown bits. I just want to cook this long enough for it to get thick. And once it does, it's pretty much done. And then we'll get back to the rice in just a minute when that's finished. All right, so the rice is done, the chicken is done. Here's what we do with that mixture I made. Top to top, just pour that in there. Then you can stir it up or fluff it up with a fork. I just use one of these silicone jobbies. And what you basically have is long grain sushi rice, essentially. It doesn't have the same texture as sushi rice and whatnot, but it has the same flavor from that vinegar and sugar.